Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Geek Tavern Radio. I am Dax, joined with
Mike Bundy.
Mike. It's been a while.
It has been.
It's been a while. Man, I miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to do this in person.
Yeah, exactly. This first, due to some things going on in our personal lives and everything, we were actually able to take the time and get together one-on-one, which I would say is maybe the second time we've actually done that, because typically we do it on Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Show and I get to do it in person all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I've been absent, but anyway, here now, and what a week. What a week of news, especially, us getting together and everything, and I just feel like this has been one of the stronger weeks when it comes to game news.
Yeah, really unexpected, as a fan of games, because, it was the day before, I think, we found out about the Smash Direct, like a day or two before it happened. I'm sure this was announced, but I forgot about it. They've revealed Red Dead 2 gameplay today.
Yep.
Which is our first topic, so just go ahead.
Yeah, we'll hit it off. So as of today, the 9th of August, Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay footage has been revealed, and I will tell you what, I was surprised. I didn't, really think that Rockstar was going to go actually in depth and explain a lot of the different things that you're able to do in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot that they talked about. It was it's basically, we're getting to the point where games are just worlds, like actual worlds. You can live there.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, and that's the thing that's been so I want to say that's what Rockstar is known for.
That's true.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and even in the first game of Red Dead Redemption, but look at Grand Theft Auto 5 and how you basically, what did we say the last time? I think it's pretty much Sims on crack.
Yeah, Sims where you can kill people.
yeah, pretty much.
Rob banks, rob people.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, because Sims, of course, being that type of game where you have yourself, your character, and you make life choices, all that kind of stuff. And Rockstar has taken this real life approach to their games, Grand Theft Auto 5 and now Red Dead Redemption 2, where inside of this footage that they actually revealed to us today, some of the things that you can do between playing cards, making relationships based on your morality, whether you do good deeds for people or whether you do bad deeds for people, and those consequences.
You could be the best person you want to be or the worst person.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Which if everybody's like, oh, Grand Theft Auto 6, they're working on it. I don't know if they are. But if they do it with this kind of engine, where you can interact with all these, they're NPCs, but they come up to you with, like, something to say.
Yeah.
As you see in the trailer. I'm sure most of you have watched it if you care about this game. But if they do that with Grand Theft Auto, it's literally, I don't know. Why do people play The Sims now that I think about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
You can basically that's the thing about, again, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 is the fact that you can get away kind of with, so, I doubt my wife would even play this game.
Right,
but if she just so happens to be somebody who kind of like playing like a simulated game of life, she can do that in this game, without even killing anybody or, going into those more hardcore gamer types of factors or types of gameplay. So we could be kind of playing two complete different games.
Yeah, and that's just going to generate different gameplay
experience.
Playthroughs. Like, first gameplay through, you can be a good guy.
Yep.
And then the second time through, you can just kill everybody.
Well, there's one thing that you pointed out, and while we were watching this footage, what did you say that you were going to do during this game?
I don't remember.
He says, "I'm gonna hunt."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna hunt all the time," because in this game, going kind of back and connecting the dots here with the whole morality system and you making bonds with your friends or the last group of outlaws during this Wild West time. You can go and like kill deer, elk, bear, whatever, and then haul it back with you on your horse and then provide it to your gang.
Right, you gotta feed them.
Yeah, but you, Bundy, said, "Man, like, I'm gonna hunt all the time."
Yeah,
like, it looked exciting. It looked awesome. And then I said, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna do that." And maybe, and not that they even said it, but I don't see why not. I'm like, I'm gonna bounty hunt. I'm just gonna find missions where I gotta hunt certain individuals, investigate.
I mean, those were fun on the first game. I don't know how much you played of the first game. You could do that. You could just go do bounties.
Never played the first.
Never
one.
Never
played the first one. I haven't lived, Mike Bundy.
Clearly, finally, somebody else
has not lived. But the footage was great. They didn't get too technical. I mean, I'll say this: it looks really fast paced. I mean, they really, when it comes to the combat system, they really prepare you for anything. I think the gunfights are very versatile. They said that with the different horses might have different abilities or might be more suited to different jobs or tasks than all the other horses.
Yeah, basically they have their own stats.
They have,
what a workhorse will pull your wagon.
Yep.
I'm sure there's like a speed horse that would be good for like
high agility,
outrunning other horses or whatever.
So like robbing banks.
Yeah, robbing
like
banks.
That.
Yeah. That'd be interesting in itself.
And then
if you can have a collection of horses, because the first game you had like one horse and you could call upon him. Mm-hmm. So like once you jumped on another horse, you kept that horse. Like you lost your. If you had one that you really liked, their color design or whatever, it was basically lost from what I remember. So if you can have a collection of horses and pick and choose which one to grab, kind of like Grand Theft Auto with cars in your garage.
And I have no doubts that like that.
I mean that would be great.
That's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
You can stock up your horse based on, I'm assuming, the different types of saddles that you equip them with. Like it sounds like you'll be able to stock up guns on your horses so that whenever you get into a gunfight, you might be able to call in your horse, whistle at it or something that comes in, maybe grab a new, 30, I was going to say 30-06, but, lever action rifle. But like the combat system too, it just seems so fluent. The switch between you maybe shooting off a rifle at a couple of guys and then, your character whipping out the handgun in his right hand and then crossing over the rifle over and holding it to his left.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
they
go out of sight.
They showed something like that. Like he was shooting with his pistol and he run out of ammo and he just pulls up his rifle and kill, and shoots the people. Yeah,
and a lot of games do this option where whenever you switch in between, weapons, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like, I'm going to switch between this pistol. I don't even put it in the holster. It just magically disappears. And, look at that. An AR-15 has just popped up in my hands.
It looks like with this game, if you don't have it on your person, you can't use it.
Yep.
Which is great. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. But the one really intriguing thing, and this will be the last note on this topic, is that Rockstar has generated an incentive on keeping tuned because they revealed that they're going to actually show more different types of gameplay, different things that you can do, different jobs. I believe that's what it left off with after this first one.
They said their next video is going to focus on missions.
Okay.
Which... I mean, that's a big part. It's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yep.
Like the story. I know people, mainly my brother, has never went through the story of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Wow.
It's one of the best stories I've ever played.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it. You have 3 different characters, whatever people know. Mm-hmm. But one of the best things I've ever played. But like they only go for that online experience, and I'm like, that just boggles my mind. But yeah, that's a big thing with these games is the missions, so that'll be just as exciting when they do that.
And like any high note, like Red Dead Redemption 2 rightfully is, we got to hit a low note. This week, EVO 2018 happened. And long story short, we had some pro players who are highly recognized in the Smash world, and they were there to play Smash 4, the latest, the one prior to Ultimate. And so it brought some new faces up to the podium, up to the finals, which is great. It's awesome. And, of course, in that top 8, I believe it was dominated by 3 Bayonettas. And you actually had new faces that were trying, different characters. I think one of the biggest highlights they were saying was Duck Hunt. Because, again, it was...
Hard character.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point. Very versatile, but very hard character. So that was one of the biggest highlights of EVO. EVO was going great, and it came down to Lima versus Captain Zack. And they both, of course, ended up with picking their characters being Bayonetta. And for those of you who don't know, when it comes to the competitive Smash scene, a lot of people are sick and tired of Bayonetta. They believe that she is OP. I believe she is OP. Her aerial combat, her range of combat, and her recovery in general, whether it's mid-air or on the ground, is absolutely ridiculous when you compare it to everybody else.
I have never played with her because I didn't buy her, because I never played those games until on the Switch, which that's another story. Didn't like them.
Yeah.
So like I don't know anything about her, but I'm sure with the new game they're balancing people. I'm sure she's not quite like that in the next one.
Yeah, let's hope so. Because, of course, people are, calling arms, pulling out their pitchforks, pulling out their torches, and they're just going straight towards Nintendo and saying you either ban her or you nerf her. Because one of the things that happened, which was completely, in my eyes, disrespectful, you have such a huge crowd, people who are paying big money, people who are part of that EVO tournament, and so many people are watching through Twitch and all these different, outlets. And Lima and Captain Zack throughout the night, throughout their battle, was getting continuously booed by the crowd themselves because, again, they were playing Bayonetta.
Yeah.
But at one point, I'm trying to remember, it was either Lima or Captain Zack. One of them accidentally fell off the stage. So the other guy decides...
They tommed. We have a term for that.
Oh, yeah? Is that right? Is that right? You hear that, Tom? And... So he decides, and I'm assuming what, in his eyes, his perspective was being respectful, he actually jumped off and committed suicide and lost one of his stock characters.
That makes sense.
This pissed people off.
It makes sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's the grand finals of a huge fighting game that...
Kudos to him. He wanted a fair fight.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, exactly. I guess if you look at it that way. But one of the most crazy things was... People, again, were starting to boo. People supposedly were starting to walk away. The two players then decide after they go into a new game or whatever, they sit there for 2 minutes straight doing a taunt or doing some type of charge up with Bayonetta. They take off their headphones and then they bullshit with one another. The commentators there take advantage, question them, ask them some questions. Are they having a good time at EVO? Until, and I wish I knew that judge's name, because kudos to that man.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he went up there. I saw the footage. I couldn't tell out what he exactly said. He pulls up a laptop. He points at both of them, and he pretty much says, get your act together. This is the grand finals.
Yeah.
Start smashing some buttons right now. Put on your headphones. Let's go. This is completely disrespectful.
Yeah.
And in my eyes, all it did was kind of hurt and hinder the whole legitimacy of Smash Brothers being in game, because you got these two grand finalists and they should be representing the community and how bad we want this to be. It is a major game, don't get me wrong, especially Melee probably being the most widely
I didn't know there was a competitive scene or like a Evo thing for Smash 4, because the one everybody does competitively is Melee. So.
Yeah. And I just want to end with this much. Again, I talked, me, you, and Shill kind of talked about this, and I really don't think it's going to really hurt, because, again, now going into Ultimate, and especially what they showed us this week, I think more so it's going to kind of sugarcoat what had happened actually at Evo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as for Lima and Captain Zach, I would have just said, you know what? Second place and third place, they advance into your positions, not playing around, get off the stage.
Yeah.
But, so as of the 8th, yesterday, Smash Brothers Ultimate, a direct.
A whole direct focusing on Smash Brothers. Now, initially, when I heard this news, I was like, do we really need a whole direct focusing on this game? Because, I mean, basically all of E3 was focusing on this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a big title for them, but I didn't think it warranted a whole direct. But I would like to say that I was wrong. Because there's a lot of crap. I have 3 pages of notes here. You can hear the pages. Yes, I didn't use my laptop. I wrote high school stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of crap that came out of this, and
it's a lot of good crap.
Good crap. Yes.
Good crap.
Don't misjudge my use of crap. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, I just jump in. It starts off. We see Luigi, and he's got his whatever you call it. I don't even know what you call it.
His Ghostbusters generic backpack.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the Ghostbuster thing was called.
from the Luigi's Mansion series.
But yeah, it looks like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion, which I've never played. But anyway, I thought that they trolled us all, and they were going to show other games. Yeah. So I thought we were getting something with Luigi's Mansion. I'm like, all right, let's go. Mm-hmm. And I was wrong on that, because we go into... It was Death he was fighting? Was that Death, or was that somebody else?
First he witnessed a mummy, and then he shot a plunger at its face.
Right.
So maybe that right there kind of shows now like a more versatile Luigi. Maybe he has different attacks and options of his own, especially with the vacuum cleaner.
That'd be awesome, actually.
But it suctions to the mummy's face. It falls off. A little comedic moment. He gets a crap scared out of him. He runs throughout, and it starts to reveal like snakes and these different creatures. And then Death shows up.
Yeah, Death. My brain just went right to that moment. But Death swings his Death Scythe, and basically we see Ghost Luigi, which hopefully that's a character. Hopefully that's a character. But and all we see is, what do you call it?
I would say it was in the Michael Cole way, out of nowhere, a whip. In the flail of the whip, this like little circular, this spiked ball.
There's a name for it. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, but it's this whip.
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere and just cracks.
Chain whip.
Chain whip just lashes right in Death's face.
Yeah.
Cracks his skull, and then you see this cloaked persona as he retracts the whip back to his hand. His left hand comes up. Just
throws the cloak off. I mean, faster than John Cena taking his shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. And it is revealed that Castlevania's own... Oh my gosh, I almost forgot his name. Simon Belmont.
Yeah,
Simon Belmont has joined the roster for Smash Brothers.
I mean, it's a great thing. Like, I mean... They were originally on Nintendo systems.
Yes.
So why did it take, what's it been, 20 years since the first one?
Yeah.
About? Mm-hmm. Took 20 years for him to come into the series. Well overdue. I mean, I don't know much about the character because I've never really played him, but...
Yeah, with that said, what maybe have taken them long is probably just because of the licensing.
Well, I guess they left Nintendo.
Yeah. The licensing of Konami, because Konami owns the Castlevania series. But I mean, again, don't see why they wouldn't, be open to that, because
it's just more publicity.
You got Snake.
Yeah.
Who is a part of Konami as well, one of their most profound characters. And then you have someone like Simon Belmont from the original Castlevania series. And then anybody who knows the Castlevania series, you know who Simon Belmont is. I mean, just like, it's I'm still surprised because when I had heard rumors, there had rumors been spilled out that, oh, he was going to be a part of it, and then Ridley was going to be a part, he was going to be a playable character, and that was revealed during E3, and then there's another character that we'll get to.
With this Direct, it's almost like I forgot that Ridley was even going to be a character.
Exactly, and but they also revealed that he has an Echo character,
right,
and that would be Richter Belmont.
Which is a much more badass name. Yeah,
exactly. And there's some differences. There's some animation, the voice differences. There doesn't look like there's too much action differences. In terms of
his voice and his
animations,
his animations and whatever, they're all original to him. So at least it's not just a clone.
Yeah, and as attacking wise, you, of course, your whip is the main primary weapon of both these characters. It looks like the either the down B or the B is going to be the Holy Fire. I would assume it's the down B is going to be the Holy Fire.
Down B is always like the go-to move for any character.
Yeah, exactly. And the I want to say the towards in B is probably going to be, or no, the B itself is probably going to be the cross.
Yeah, could be.
And then
the axe has to be towards and B, actually.
Yeah, towards and B?
Yeah, towards the character.
Or
whatever way you want to throw it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then there's the axe, and then there's, one of the things that was crazy was, as this was going on, I was like, because in all the other original games, you could take the whip, stall it out, and twirl it around your body.
Right,
so
yes.
if any incoming projectiles or creatures, enemies,
that might be B.
You could hit them.
By itself.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You hold
That's
B,
probably it.
and it sits there and spins, probably.
Yep, you're probably right. So, again, that was really cool. He looks very versatile. From what I understand and what they admitted, he is actually somewhat of a slower character, but his range is very exceptional and kind of compensates for that.
Right.
So
I'm very excited to try both these guys out.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on. The Castlevania stage.
Yeah, we're not done with Castlevania. So within this, they were showing all the gameplay on this Castlevania stage, which turns out to be Dracula's house or whatever. Castle. And Dalton Castle. That's how my brain works. So I was like, this stage looks awesome.
Yep.
I mean, as little as I know about Castlevania, I knew what this stage was. Like, everybody knows about Dracula's castle. And moving right along, they show all these bosses that you're going to be able to battle. Or, not battle, but, like, they come out as stage hazards.
Yes.
We got Medusa, the werewolf, a mummy.
Camellia, which is the mask with the tear.
Weird. That's weird.
Yeah. Flea Man. I'm trying to think.
I can't
essentially
remember.
Frankenstein's monster, pretty much.
But in us watching that, we rewatched this before we started recording. Well, Bud, you said you had seen it. I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, but when it's showing off all the characters
in their names,
it flashes lightning, and it shows Dracula, like a shadow silhouette.
Yep.
And then it does it again it just says question marks at the bottom, and then there's a silhouette. Well, we did some digging.
Yep.
And apparently, so did everybody else, because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I would have done this much sooner. But we found the silhouette, and it's. I figured it was like a silhouette that's been used before.
And it looked cartoonish, like you pointed out.
Well, yeah,
that's
like
how
you could tell by looking at it, it was like a shorter something.
Yeah.
Shorter person, or the design of it was a shorter, cartoony person.
You know what I was thinking? Honestly, based on the feet, how it had that cartoonish silhouette and how short and stubby the person was, I was like, oh great, it's going to be Kirby.
Kirby dressed up as Dracula,
or one of Kirby's like friends, because like the feet were very resembling.
That's actually a good way to put it. It looked very Kirby-ish.
Yep.
But we found out it's actually Kid Dracula from some game that was on the Game Boy, I guess. Where you play as Kid Dracula. So he's not going to be a character, because I don't think they would do that.
No, he's probably going to be.
But he's going to be
hazards.
a stage hazard.
Yep. and I'm kind of curious because they said that Dracula, just like the others, but Dracula more so, him being a hazard would be, let's say, it would be not often, but there would be certain events, certain things that would happen in the battles that would trigger him to appear.
Yeah, they literally said, I think, something like, once in a blue moon,
Yep,
he will show up.
And the other thing, too, is that I think they may have said he was a quote-unquote boss.
Yeah.
Which in turn is one of the key things during this direct that makes us believe that they are going to reveal a story mode, but going on.
It would make sense. I mean, Brawl had a story mode. It was pretty good from what I remember.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was different.
I played it a little bit. I don't really have a big memory of it, but yeah, definitely that would be just another reason to play this game.
Yep.
So they go on and they start showing and talking about the tracks that will play during this map or this stage, and it alone has 34.
Ridiculous.
34 tracks.
Ridiculous.
That can randomly come up.
But I'll tell you what.
You'll never remember the last time you heard it either.
Konami, those who have created, produced, designed these games, and composed these tracks are absolutely wonderful. They are iconic to the series.
Yep.
And it just goes to show
and I'm pretty sure they redid all of them. Like,
yeah.
None of these are just recycled from what I know.
No.
I think they're just new compositions. So that, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It just goes to show how much Nintendo knows the fans appreciate this, because the Belmonts in general have been wanted for a long time, and I think it's absolutely warranted. Not just because of the demand from the Smash community themselves, but just because I think Castlevania is one of those lost iconic series of games.
There hasn't been a game in how many years?
Yeah, exactly. Because when you think Metroidmania, if it's not Metroidmania, when it comes to 2D platforming, it's Castlevania. Yeah, Castlemania, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah,
but, yeah. I mean, they just used Metroid. I think maybe it came first, actually.
Yeah, I think it may have. But, yeah, it was really cool. And then they ended off with a little, a little assist.
Yeah, an assist trophy, which they could have easily just talked about it later, but they put it in with this. I guess they just want to lead with all the Castlevania stuff. We got Alucard.
Yep.
I don't know if that's how you say it.
Yep, Alucard.
But, which I mean, just seeing him, I knew who he was. Like, I've never played Symphony of the Night, but, like, I know all this stuff.
Exactly.
Visually, at least. So that's pretty cool. He basically looks like he did in Symphony of the Night.
Do you think any of this information that they gave us, like how much in depth that they devoted to Castlevania itself, between telling us about Simon and Richter Belmont, the Alucard Assist Trophy, the in-depth devotion to Dracula's Castle, and the 34 tracks, everything. Do you think that this could possibly lead to a Castlevania port of sort? Do you think maybe Konami has made a deal as well? Because if I were Nintendo, and especially for the younger individuals in the Smash community, a lot of them probably do not know about Castlevania. So why not take the opportunity in bringing that to the front and opening everybody up to, hey, this is Castlevania, this is its mysticism, this is its story, these are some of its characters, this is what it is ideally like, this is the embodiment of Castlevania. Bringing in that introduction, and then maybe possibly Konami's making a new game that they promised that they were going to put onto the Nintendo Switch. Maybe they're going to port Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
I
think one thing we are probably going to get, because they haven't announced the other half of them, which I can't remember if it was part of it or not, but with the online subscription, we're going to get those games, the NES games.
That's right.
So I'm sure Castlevania is probably one of those. So we're going to get that at least, if nothing else. But yeah, Symphony of the Night, I would really like that on the Switch, because I think I'd play the crap out of it on the Switch, because I wouldn't have to, I don't know. I have a thing where I sit down, and if I'm playing a system on my TV, it's always bigger games like Far Cry, because I got into that recently. Overwatch, which would be awesome on the Switch, but it's always games like that where, you know, if I want to play something like Symphony of the Night would be great on the Switch. I could watch something and just play it while I'm, you know.
That'd be so cool.
So, I think it would be best played on the Switch.
Yeah. Exactly. Moving on, we'll go on with a few echoes that they echo characters. 2
in particular. We got Chrom, I guess is how you say it. I know nothing of Fire Emblem. I literally only know the couple characters on Smash from Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Never played a Fire Emblem game.
Yep.
He doesn't look interesting to me because he literally looks just like I think it's Robin, or I don't know. I don't know who it is. But the next one's pretty big, I would say. Dark Samus.
Yeah.
Which you can see some subtle changes or differences from regular Samus, which I assume. Well, I guess they said it's an echo, so I don't know. We'll see how it really controls, but
yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought that, you know, when the projectile missile,
well, that definitely is different. Like, you can tell that it takes like an extra millisecond or something.
Yeah, like, because it shows both Samus and Dark Samus firing off their direct missiles. So if you were to smash B, like towards and B at the same time, everybody knows when you play as Samus, you shoot a direct missile, and then if you just like hold over towards or towards or away B, you shoot a homing missile. While they're shooting direct missiles, Samus's just ejects and it flies out, where Dark Samus, we notice whenever you do it, it kind of just almost like just plops out or ejects out.
Like it sits there and then it goes.
Slows down and it goes. So it kind of it delivers a different tempo.
So it might be more powerful. It probably takes the launching of it's slower because it's more powerful.
But see, that's what I hope we see in a lot of these Echo characters. Yeah. Is I understand that a lot of their attacks, everything is ideally, complementary or it's the same. But I really hope that there are some, like you said, subtle changes where it changes that tempo of that character.
Yeah. Like, I think they didn't call them Echo characters in Smash 4. But, like, if you went to Bowser Jr., you could turn it into other Bowser kids or whatever.
The other Bowser kids. Yep, yeah, exactly.
And they control completely different. So I believe that's basically what they are. They have their own stuff.
Yep.
But they, at the same time, have some of the same. So,
and I mean, with that said, the big question is, are you going to stack your Echo characters on the character option page, or are you going to let it all lay out?
Let it all lay out, because it's going to be so much better to look and be like, look at this roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you put them on together, they're like in the corner, and you can switch them out.
Yep.
They show Daisy and Peach. And just show me everybody at once. I don't want to search for people.
Yeah. Exactly. And they, of course, didn't get to a number of how many characters we would see exactly.
Yeah, so because there's more to come.
Absolutely. I think you're right. Because then they decided to get into the numbers and crunch the numbers with us.
They did.
They got into stages. How many did they say we were going to say?
Altogether, and they said, well, okay, we'll go with altogether. They said 103.
Yep.
But they said if you discount the battlefield, and what was the name? The bigger battlefield,
the Omega or something like that.
Yeah, something as a bigger battlefield.
Yep.
Basically, they're the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 100 different stages, which is crazy. Which you made me jump the gun on that, but that's okay. Because Super Smash Brothers, the original, for the N64, we had 9 stages.
That's crazy.
9.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy. Melee jumped and had 20 more, 29. Brawl had 41, which is, I would say, a pretty good amount of stages for a game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Generally, that would be fantastic. This shows you how awesome the 3DS is and still was and still is. It had 42, so it's just as powerful as the GameCube, at least. The Wii U and the 3DS and the Wii U are including DLCs, but the Wii U had 56. So just in one generation, we are doubling, almost the amount of stages.
It's absolutely nuts.
It's crazy.
It might be too many.
It might be.
It might be too many. I'm not gonna lie.
But one new one that we picked out, and there might be more. I don't remember what all's been where, but New Donk City is definitely new.
It's definitely new. Absolutely.
It looks like a crazy stage. It's got the whatever they call it, the music, the jump up and whatever.
Yeah, that iconic song from the Super Mario.
I mean, it's
Odyssey
catchy as crap. Like,
and to do so, it looks like you have to do a little bit of a activity or a task to do that.
Well, just like in Mario Odyssey, you gotta find all the players.
Yep.
And I almost in that Odyssey, I didn't. I found the drummer and the bass player first, and that's the funkiest thing you can ever find. Like, because they play the music.
Yep.
But you only got the drums and the bass.
Yep.
It's the greatest thing ever. I got the guitar, I'm like, now it's ruined.
Yeah.
But
shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
That's right.
One of the cool things they did show with the stages was the transforming, the morphing of stages. Now you have the opportunity, and there's some stages that do that in itself, like Pokemon Stadium, which of course.
Well, it changes. Yeah.
Right. And but they now have it that you can pick two stages. Mm-hmm. So you can pick. I think they showed. I forget the combinations. I forget what they showed. I think they showed like I don't know if it was Brinstar Depths or if it was I think it was a Star Fox. It was like not Corneria, but like the
Mario Sunshine. I thought was one of them even.
Maybe that was it. It transitioned from one of those into Luigi's Mansion. So as you're battling and everything, it looks like everything just like kind of warps downwards, and then the new stage is highlighted so that you know where the platforms are going to be so that you don't fall off. So again, this kind of changes the dynamic just a lot more.
Another hazard to run into.
Yeah, you could say that.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I like it. It's cool. It's different. And again, it just, when we thought that they could, I thought as of the last Super Smash Brothers, they ran out of ideas.
Right.
I mean, I figured, there'd be some new ideas, but I mean, to the extent like this, things that we actually thought of, no, not exactly.
It's crazy how much more stuff they're putting into this, really. And when you sit down and think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the most boastful numbers that they gave us, speaking of how much they're putting into it.
So the music in this game. Now, we talked about Castlevania and how it has, what was it, 34?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice round number, not really. 35 would have been great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music in this game, I'm just going to go with it, over 900 tracks. Or at least 900. It said more than 800, and then it talked about like menu music and interactive music or something.
Yep.
And then it goes up to 900. So there's 100 bullcrap like tracks. But if you played all of them, it would take 28 hours. Total.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Does Metallica even have that much?
Probably. They have a couple songs like Orion. They're about 10 minutes a piece.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah, they probably do.
Throughout the I would say
albums. Yes. I wanted to really kind of...
I mean, if you talk about like the Garage Days EP thing, like that's a double disc in itself.
So never mind. Smash Brothers, you haven't.
You're up there.
You haven't hit that feat.
Yeah, you haven't beat Metallica in one sitting. Which you can take these tracks and you can go to the sampling mode, I guess they called it, and plug your headphones in, put your Switch in your purse if you're a female. In sleep mode.
Yep.
Locked sleep mode. And listen to the music. I mean, I like the music. I don't think I want to sit there and listen to it.
No,
but
we think we know what
some people do. Some people like that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they sit there and listen to that.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I mean,
no, I won't.
my
I
music
know Shill's
is
excited about it.
yeah. Well, that's fine. Like, some people do it. I'm not into that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would totally, like, Shill always likes to go and see the orchestras play the music.
Yeah.
I would do that for sure. Just I don't listen to this stuff on my free time.
But it's going to open up what we think is
Yeah.
a big doorway with the Nintendo Switch. I mean, you know, and without a doubt, it's most certainly possible. And this is the game. That's what's cool about this game, is that it's not just a game, you know, that you can go and play and has these different modes and stuff. But I think what it just ideally did was it opened up a doorway to us possibly seeing things like Spotify or iHeartRadio, something being put and implemented onto this device, and then now you can listen to music maybe as you play games, or just like it shows it, you know, in that little tidbit where it showed the lady.
I mean, it will have to be. Well, I guess with Spotify, if they put Spotify, if you're a premium member, you can download the songs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could do that without internet then. But obviously, you'll have to be connected to the internet if you're using a Spotify.
Yeah.
With the game, you don't have to, because it's all on the cartridge. But yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for Netflix and stuff. I mean, we got Hulu. That's great.
Yep, it is.
But Netflix, we need that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I mean, it is. But, like, they're just taking forever on it.
Yep.
But
so get to it.
What are we getting to?
Get to that agreement. You know. Netflix.
Oh yeah. Get,
you know, Nintendo.
Netflix. Get
hurry your asses up. We're getting a little impatient here.
So some minor things, like quick things, I guess you could say. You can, from what I took from it, you can save your rolls, so you don't have to like switch them all. You can save.
Yeah.
Like if you want stock, no items.
Yeah.
You know, you can save it and pick that, and you don't have to change them every time. Stamina battle, I think, which it existed. I've never done it.
Well, if you think about it, Mortal Kombat, everything else is kind of like stamina. It's all
That's
health,
basically
it's all
what it
health
is.
gauge.
Yeah. So essentially, it is like that. You start at 100%, and you know you get punched 10%. You know, 10 battle points or whatever. I think it'll be a nice little.
It's different.
Extra style to throw in there.
It's different. I wonder if it's something that Nintendo is going to.
It could be its own competition thing.
Like, yeah, exactly. If they're going to experiment and see if more people are playing the usual way, where you know your percentage
because that essentially turns it into that style of fighter, like you said,
like
Mortal
Tekken
Kombat.
Or something. Yeah, where there's a technical health gauge.
I didn't think about that
because either you fall off the stage, I assume, or once your gauge hits 0, you what it showed was you like blew up into
you like blew
confetti.
Up. Yeah.
Pretty much like,
you're
awesome. Dead.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
You pick the stage before the fighters, so you can.
Yes.
Which.
Yes.
I'm not into the game personally.
Yes.
It's okay. I don't care, but
I like this because especially when I guarantee you there's going to come points. Me, you, Shill, the gang are all playing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it feels so much better if, you know, maybe we go with a...
It'll just make it better for me picking Jigglypuff. Because if I can fall off a lot, nah.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick her. But
not going to pick
what's really cool about this option is that people would typically pick their... I mean, everyone's always going to pick their character, but however, now you're going to pick a character that you feel is more adapted or well fit to you based on the stage. And now it's not the, what fits the stage to the character.
Right.
So I think this is going to be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be a nice little touch.
Simple, but...
I'm not against it. I'm not, like, super excited. I don't really care. The stage is a stage.
I enjoy it.
I mean, we basically the whole lifespan of Super Smash 4, we played Omega stages, so it didn't matter anything. But I think with this game personally, I just want to play the way it's supposed to be played. Items, regular stages, just to see what they're supposed to look like. Because honestly, the Omega forms are kind of boring to look at.
Yeah.
So, Sudden Death had a pretty big change. Not only do you start out with 300% health or whatever it is, damage, high explosive rate to be sent off the stage. The camera zooms in, and when it gets, like, if you're just standing there, nobody moves.
Yeah.
It zooms in. Once the edge touches you, you're just sent off.
Yep.
So I think that's a great sudden death, because a lot of times sudden death will still take forever.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes it will. It consists of I dodge, then you dodge. And then I think you're going to attack me, so I dodge again. But here you're going to dodge. Yeah. And then next thing you know, we're dodging for a straight minute.
Or it's just a chase around the map.
It's a vicious circle. Yeah, it's a chase. But this intensifies it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sense of urgency.
Absolutely.
And I think it's great. This one, honestly, this might be one of the most exciting things I found in this. Is you now have the option to turn on the ability to charge your final smash.
Yes.
Kind of like Mortal Kombat with the X-rays, or your charge finisher wrestling games.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's great because, I mean, it's great that the ball's still there, the final smash ball.
Yep.
It's still a thing. Now with this, if this is turned on, it is less powerful than if you get the smash ball.
Yep, they did say that.
But I think it's great. I mean, there's a lot of times you can't. I never get them. I don't get them that often.
The one thing they didn't explain about this, Mike Bundy, is that how do we charge it? Is this going to be like the old wrestling games we used to play, where the more you beat up somebody and the more you taunt, the more you can charge yourself? Or is it going to be as simple as
it might be a time thing? Like, no, that wouldn't make sense.
No,
it's got to be how much damage you do.
Maybe possibly taunting, because I think taunting would be, I think they should do that too, because it's a risk.
It is a risk.
It's a risk to do because it opens you up to being attacked, but it gives you that little increment of, getting ahead on, your gauge. So I think that should be the way they go, rather than you sitting there and just holding in a button.
Which they did. Charging. Side note, they did away with that in the wrestling game. Now when you taunt, this might even been a couple games ago. When you taunt, it heals your body. It like triggers that.
Okay.
It doesn't give you anything for the finisher.
Yeah, I see.
So, just a little side note. I don't really like that. I think it should go towards the finisher.
Yeah.
So this mode that they announced, you're pretty excited for.
This is my favorite.
Which I am. I am as well. But Squad Strike, they call it.
Yep.
Basically, it can be you and a buddy, or it can be a party mode, basically.
Yeah.
Where you pick, there's two teams. You pick
3 versus 3.
There's 3 versus 3, and there's 5 versus 5.
Yep.
And you pick 3 or 5 characters, and you battle up. I mean,
this makes me curious because, you look at Marvel vs. Capcom, where
I hate those games.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I can't play them.
And now people just turned off the podcast.
They're done.
They are switching over to Joe Rogan's show right now. They're done with this. Anyhow,
I mean,
yeah. They were going to go with Joe Rogan's show anyway.
I do.
Yeah. But anyways, getting more on topic, the thing is that Marvel vs. Capcom, they kind of already had this. They kind of already established
That's always been their formula.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where you could pick multiple characters on your team, and then you could switch at any time. So it makes me wonder...
Can you switch?
Yeah. Nice pun. Can you switch between the characters? And I really think that they're going to do another direct before December. And
absolutely.
Show more characters, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think we agree. But I wonder, and again, they could do right there what we just did. That little pun.
You can switch.
That switch between characters at the time. And I think, again, that would create such a dynamic formula to the battle. Think about it. I'm gonna pick Peach as my healer on the team, knowing that if she
Yeah.
ultimates, she drops a bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to pick someone who's really quick. I'm going to
switch back to Mario that's half dead.
half dead, and exactly, and then he can. I mean, at the consequence of their characters possibly picking up stuff,
Right? Yeah.
But don't theirs fall asleep in Peach's Smash? Isn't that her thing?
Well, yeah.
They fall asleep, and then she drops a bunch
That's
of
right.
food, and then
Yeah.
so right there, and I think that would be. I think this is one.
That would be a whole different game.
This could be one of the ideal modes, possibly during Evo, or any of these big competitions where you have your 1v1 tourneys, which the tournament thing they revealed again. That's back. That's cool. That's hip. But it's not as cool as hip as this, I think. So,
I mean, if you got a bunch of people,
yeah.
like the tournament thing is really cool.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
But we never really have that many people.
Squad Strike is where it's at.
That's right.
And I cannot wait to assemble my team.
Characters assemble. I'm trying to think of something funny.
Yeah. I giggled.
Yeah. This mode is actually really cool too. Is the Smashdown.
Yeah.
Now, I think this would be really fun if, let's say, you, me, and Shill were sitting there playing. We all have our characters.
Yep, correct.
I got a couple. I'm mostly really good with, Zero Suit and Shulk here and there. But, you can only use those characters once. The characters disappear the next round.
Yep.
Or not disappear, but they're locked. You can't use them. So it forces you to use other people.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. It's really cool. Hey, now you got to use other people. Mm-hmm. This will be Tiff's least favorite mode because she only uses Kirby.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be another one. I do think it's all about Squad Strike, though.
Yeah, I really think that's going to be their big go-to, and it's going to be favorited.
Now, a thing I will never use
Yep.
is the training stage, or the training mode.
Yeah.
Because it deals with math, and I hate math.
Yeah. There's definitely
If there's one reason why school is not a thing after you turn 18-ish, is because of math.
But I mean, we
For
both agree.
competitive people
who want to get into it.
I mean, like, you want to figure out the science and the whatever behind the damage and all that crap that I can't fathom.
After taking damage, at 61%, how much is this character going to,
how far can you send
far away,
so and so?
At 0%, it really gives you that ratio. It showed, like, whenever you deal damage to somebody, 0%, it'll like right once you hit them, it'll show their path of trajectory after getting the hit. Where they would be between 0 and 50%, from 50 to 100%. And they even do that mid-air. So for those of you who want to really delve in and getting competitive, I think this is a really good source. It's a really good outlet for you. It's going to consume a lot of your time.
I mean, my brain can't withhold that type of information.
Like, let's just play Squad Strike.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Just throw me into the match.
Yep.
I don't know. I believe this mode has been part of every game, if I remember correctly, which I haven't even played all of them.
Yeah.
But they were calling it classic mode, I guess, where you pick one character and they have a set, kind of like Tower or Arcade on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Where you have a set, battle set up with certain characters and certain whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, that'll be fun. Just grab a character, battle the NPCs, and, I mean, it's a good practice, really, without using the training math.
Yep.
But, yeah. So that's basically all the modes that they announced. Up next, they went into, I don't know if they're necessarily new, but updated items.
Yep.
They started off with a pretty cool little sequence with the Medana gun, which wasn't it specifically for Diddy Kong? Or didn't he?
The banana gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it specifically Diddy Kong that had it for a while?
He used to have peanut poppers, they were called. They were like
okay, so
pistols.
they were different things.
Yeah, this is a different thing.
Yeah, so is this new? Do you know?
The banana gun? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the banana gun is new. it's pretty funny. Yeah,
one shot.
One shot, just
and then you throw
dead.
the banana peel.
Yeah, you get to use it twice, basically.
Yep, yeah.
I mean,
it's great.
It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The killing edge, as they call it,
Yep.
looks like. What game am I thinking of? There's a game that uses that sword.
Is there?
I think.
See, I wasn't sure if it was Gray Fox's sword from.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe from
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. It's from something.
Yeah.
Could be wrong on that, but basically you charge it up. If you charge it up and it starts to glow,
Yep.
it's more damage. Probably, send them flying.
Mm-hmm.
The bomber seems interesting because it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
You like hold it up in the air and you're like,
it's
die everybody.
Yeah. The one cool thing about the bomber item, it's essentially a bomb with feet and it walks away from people, is that it's going to create a chase incentive between all the players to get to it first. But as consequence, I mean, for me, I'm not chasing it. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it looks like you can send it off and it walks to them.
Do you think?
Like, or maybe it just walks till you hold it.
Yeah.
The thing that I remember is the character grabs it, holds it in the air, and it just explodes.
So maybe you can just run with it, and then
Yeah.
the next time you press it or to activate it, you just hold it up, and
Right.
it's kind of like, it's almost like a suicide.
But there
bomb.
might be different ways to use it, I'm thinking. You can either send it off where it like walks or runs to the people.
Yep.
Or you can just set it off in your hand.
Yep.
But from the footage that we saw, it doesn't hurt your character that sets it off. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Since death is in the game, we got the death scythe.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
Yep.
I don't really know what it does. I don't think we really see
the more damage you sustained. So if you're in the red and stuff and you get hit by this thing, you're more so likely going to get hit off the screen. You're going to get KO'd.
Okay. So basically, if you're close to death, you become death. And Okay. The staff, I don't remember too good, but
the staff at short range shoots a projectile, a fast projectile, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. The thing that's unique about this is that the longer the range is between you and the person, the character that you're trying to hit, it'll actually shoot a laser beam, and the farther away someone is, the more damage they'll actually sustain from a weapon.
Now that you say that, I remember.
It's unique. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's an evil mushroom that you can pick up.
Yep.
And if you... What do you do? You spray people with it?
I don't know if you throw it on them or something like that.
Anyway, when you affect another character with it, it reverses their controls, which is a nightmare in itself.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And then the last one they showed off was the Rage Blaster.
Yeah.
Now, is this from a game?
I don't know.
Or is it just something they made? Because
I'm trying to think. Is this maybe like one of the Bayonetta? Because I haven't played Bayonetta yet.
It could be.
Is this maybe like one of these, pistols or?
It does look very Bayonetta-ish.
Yeah, it does look Bayonetta-ish. Yeah. And but the unique thing about that was, with this is, the more damage you have sustained. And if you're the user of that gun, say I'm at like 150, 175%, and I go to shoot this thing, it's more so going to do a lot of damage to the opposing person, if not knock them off, maybe even KO them.
Right.
But if you have lesser damage sustained and you use that weapon, it's actually going to be weaker. So it's kind of like a last resort.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A pretty exciting part, Shill would be jumping up and down for this part. I mean, I'm excited about it, but I don't remember who was in it and who wasn't. But up next, we got the Pokemon, because that's a mainstay of this.
Oh, yeah.
You pick up a Pokeball and you get a random Pokemon.
Yep.
And there might be more than these, but it starts off. This might be the best one.
Yeah.
Because it changes the stage, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
They showed Alolan Executor. It's like 100 feet tall.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Long neck. In the games, you don't even see its head. Like, it just shows the body. It's kind of funny. But you can climb it, like, and jump off of it, like wall jump off of it.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting. This one I think is pretty funny is Abra, because he's known to just teleport away when you find him.
Yeah.
Like, you immediately gotta either put him to sleep or, use a scary look or whatever so he can't run. But, because he always uses teleport and he just disappears. So, he teleports the person basically over the edge.
Yep.
So he just dies. Well, I mean, you could probably recover from it most of the time. But,
Yep.
so they showed Solgaleo, which is the Pokemon from Sun, on the cover. He shoots like a big blast beam.
Yep.
Looks like maybe a fire move, which doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they also have Lunala, which is the moon, the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the same thing, only she's up in the air because she's a moon
shoots another
bat
beam
thing. Yeah. Mimikyu. I'm not sure why this freaking Pokemon is so popular, but
yeah, it more so throws you underneath its body, which is essentially a sheet, and it does whatever.
It just damages you.
Yeah, it damages you. Yeah.
Freaking, I don't even know what this Pokemon is. Pyukumuku.
Yeah, it looked like if you try to attack it, it basically counters and
it's
attacks
basically
you
like
back.
a really weird looking porcupine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, basically it just slaps you with its whatever the heck's coming out of its face. So I don't know.
Yep.
Up next we got Vulpix and Alolan Vulpix. I guess you can get either or.
Ice and fire.
Yeah. Maybe one does more damage. Fire, you're probably on fire.
Yeah,
maybe
so
it's constant.
Yeah.
Or like it has a small burn. Mm-hmm. Marshadow. I don't remember exactly what happens with Marshadow.
I think Marshadow basically warps upwards, and then if you're in its range of shadow, it basically locks you into that area, and then it comes by and it swipes everybody that's in that area. That's what it looked like.
All right, yeah. Possibly, actually, one of the other cool ones is Ditto.
I love this.
It looks like it turns into whoever you are.
Yep.
And basically it goes around using your attacks. And, basically just helps you do more damage.
Yep.
Looks like it might be probably one of the cooler assist Pokemon.
Yeah. Let's just go through the assist trophies quick.
Yeah. We got Zero from Mega Man. Is it he, she? I don't even know. Okay. Reminded me of a Gundam.
Yeah.
He looks like a Gundam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Up next, we got Knuckles they showed. Basically, with him, why is he not a character?
Mm-hmm. Or an Echo.
Yeah, something.
Of Sonic.
Even Tails.
Yep.
But Crystal from Fox.
Yep.
One you're excited for.
Yep. Claptrap from
Claptrap.
Yep.
I don't know anything about
one of the crocodiles. Yeah.
Yeah, don't know anything about
I wonder if you'll be able to jump on him directly and hurt him. Because some of these assist trophies...
well, basically, they become another character.
Yeah, because, again, Alucard, they said, was one where you could actually attack him and hurt him and even KO him off the screen, but it was going to be difficult to do so.
Yeah. We got Captain from Animal Crossing. Anything Animal Crossing makes Tiff and Shill's wife Age pop.
Yep.
So that's cool. Chef Kawasaki, which is a motorcycle brand.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works.
Yeah, I think it's from Kirby, but yeah. It is it's a motorcycle. Oh, man.
Which I think he's been in before. Wasn't he part of Kirby Smash? Ultimate Smash?
Yeah, he would pop up and then he would basically
he'd cook everybody and it'd explode.
Siphon everybody in and then it would explode.
So I wonder if Kirby's Smash is different.
Might be.
This one's pretty exciting because I'm super excited that Snake is back in the game. We got Gray Fox.
Yep.
I don't really remember much about Gray Fox, but that's cool.
Except he's just a hybrid badass.
Yeah, I don't even know what game he was in, to be honest.
He was in
2?
He was in the
first one.
The very first one, but then he was in...
I think he comes up in 2.
He was in Twin Snakes, which was the remake on the GameCube the first
one. I
one.
would die for a copy of that.
Man, I used to have it, and it was so good.
Matt Reed has like 4, and I'm
Yep.
like, grr. Even if he just let me borrow it, it'd be fine. We got Nikki from, I don't know.
No, cool.
It was like a me or something.
Yeah.
Now this one is another one, along with Knuckles, should be a fighter, and that is Shovel Knight.
Yep.
Which is currently on sale for $19.99 instead of $24.99. It's been on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But up next we got the effing moon.
Yep.
That's how I wrote it. The effing moon.
The effing moon from Zelda Majora's Mask there in Termina, which is intense.
It just comes down like...
It comes out of nowhere.
It's like the scene from freaking Infinity War where it brings down.
If you want to feel like Thanos, you just pop off your freaking trophy.
That's right.
Your cis trophy and let it go to town. Yeah. Bring the moon down.
The next one is not only a assist, it is also with
one of the bosses.
A boss, yeah. I guess that's how they put it. And it's another crossover that's going to be really interesting. I'm not sure how all Monster Hunters work.
Yeah.
Like, you can make your own character, so there's not like a set character where they could have in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that would work. But we got to be getting more from Monster Hunter.
I think so, yep.
But we got Rathalos, which I don't think is in World, so like I don't know him because I've only ever played World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a big dinosaur and he's awesome.
Dinosaur dragon type.
That's right. It's kind of dragony.
Yep. But again, they say boss and assist.
Yeah.
So again, it being boss kind of makes us
kind of like Dracula. He pops up. I don't know if he maybe Rathalos just pops up randomly too.
I'm sure he's probably a stage hazard, but again, they use the word boss, which kind of makes us lean towards the fact that they are going to bring back story mode.
It's gotta be story mode, which we're getting there right now.
Yep.
So they showed off the main menu, and I don't even know where to start. I guess you see the smash button, which is basically go into
play single player, strike,
all of those. Yeah.
Yep.
Then it has like games and more, which there must be some game modes in there. I don't know what games and more.
Maybe the one where you beat the crap out of the sack and then use Final Smash and it launches. Maybe that's bad.
Training's probably in there.
Yep.
We have the vault, which would be like things you collect, like there's like little trophies you can look at, if I remember correctly. And
speaking of trophies, how about these physical trophies that they haven't touched base on in a long time, and that's your amiibo.
Oh yeah, can't wait for the whole line of this game.
Oh man, I'm definitely getting the Castlevania ones for sure.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes. If there's a Rathalos one, my brother will lose his mind.
Yep.
And we got the online button, which is under the vault button, and this is a big thing because this is another reason why we think there's going to be another direct at some point. Is there's a button that's blurred out.
Yep.
And it's got to be story. Like, what else could it be?
Exactly.
There's nothing else it can be, unless they have like a. I don't even have any ideas. So, got to be story. They have like a little HUD over on the right hand side, and it's got like a house as always home. So I don't know what kind of home that takes you to.
Yeah,
because you're already at the main menu. But there's a home button, and then underneath of that, and they didn't really talk about this because is it Miyamoto? Is that who that was?
It was Mashiro Sakurai.
Okay. Miyamoto's the Mario guy.
Yep.
He mentioned about, well, you'll notice that there was a blurred button right under the Smash. But they didn't talk about the blurred button under the home.
I did not see this.
I didn't see it either until we were rewatching it.
Yep.
So who knows what that is, unless it links something with that.
Yeah, and it looks like over on the right side, like you're pointing out, the home. It shows a home button, a wireless Bluetooth button. You connect the switches together, and it looks like news or messages. Maybe you can send messages between people, and then it looks like settings.
It's probably news, though.
And then the manual. And it looks like if you press ZR, it actually pulls that out, that HUD there, and whatever's in that, who knows. But again, like you said, there's something blurred out there underneath home, and it's like, what does that mean? What could that possibly be? Another possibility of, I think it's story mode without a doubt in my mind, and I doubt they would do this. But what happens if? Because again, we're trying to make out the details of like that blurred emblem, that section there.
Yeah.
And to me, it looks like a TV. And that's just what it looks like to me. Maybe that's the emblem of their story.
Wasn't there supposed to be a way to stream directly from the Switch at some point?
Maybe, possibly. Maybe that's the introduction to it, or maybe it's you can play classic games of these different characters. Play like one of their big games. I doubt that because that right there in itself would be a money loss to Nintendo, because again, in September they got their thing, their online subscription coming out. So I doubt it's that. It's probably story mode, but again, to me it looks like right there, it's like a TV.
Like if everything's on the menu, I don't know what the point of this sidebar menu is.
Yep.
So, we're just gonna have to wait and see, because I have no ideas.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for that.
Yeah, exactly. None of us get paid enough for that.
And just when you thought it was over.
Yep.
What'd you say, Sakurai?
Yep.
Is talking, and he's like, whatever, Japanese stuff he's mumbling. And he doesn't really react to it, which was kind of weird also.
Yeah. But the camera shakes.
But the camera shakes once. And you're like, what was that? Why is my internet
no sound
sucking?
effects the first time.
Yeah, you pointed out there was no sound effect the first time. And then the second time, you just hear a stomp. Kind of Jurassic Park kind of thing. And then it cuts away to like this weird cartoony thing.
Where it shows a lot of the characters in battle stances, like facing off against their rivals, Mario against Kirby, Ridley against Samus. And then it kind of...
And you thought, well, what was approaching? You knew it was approaching, but the Smash thing, but and you thought it just ended, and you're like, oh my god, are they going to leave us in suspense?
Yeah.
And then after that little weird cartoon thing, it goes to like an animated short that basically they've been using like it started with.
Yep.
And it just shows Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong just chilling, I guess.
Yep.
And you just see the silhouette approach. And I didn't exactly know who he is. But if you're a fan, you know that it was King K.
Rool.
K. Rool.
Yep.
And so, like, you see him approach, and you just see this character throw like this costume off, and then it's King Dedede.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god.
They trolled us.
They just trolled us. And then he's like laughing, jumping around, being funny. And then another silhouette of King K. Rool comes behind and like just throws him, like beats him.
The real King K. Rool.
Yeah. And then it's boom. King K. Rool is approaching, or whatever it says. And so now we have another enemy of one of these characters, and my god, why did it take this long?
Exactly. I think Diddy Kong was introduced.
Donkey Kong is just as iconic as Mario. So why wasn't Diddy Kong's big bad enemy ever in here?
Yeah, I know. And Diddy Kong was... This first time another Donkey Kong character was introduced was Diddy Kong, and that was in Brawl. And King K. Rool has been one of those ones. Matter of fact, I had spoke to Shill, and it turns out...
I remember you clamoring about him being in.
Yeah, it was somebody that I always honestly wanted, because I wanted the enemy of the Donkey Kong series to be on there as well. And King K. Rool, he's a heavyset guy. He looks, again, versatile. He looks like
he's like a down B that I'm assuming it's down B.
Yeah.
But he has like a reversal, kind of like Shulk. You hit down B and it like reverses and attacks back.
It's that, or it like rebounds it.
Something like that.
It looks like someone hits him and they just rebound. He like his stomach. He like puffs out his stomach and it becomes shielded, and then you just kind of rebound, deflect off it. I don't know if you sustain damage from it. It'd be really cool if he was a. He looks like he's a heavy hitter, just like Bowser would be. Probably not as slow as Bowser.
Probably like Ganondorf.
Yeah, he looks like a mid-range guy, and he it'd be really awesome if like the deflecting didn't do any damage because he just outputted that much damage.
Yeah.
Again, it's really awesome to see King K. Rool being brought into the series. Oh man, I can't imagine. And then of course, I mean, even before it goes off, hell, I think it's even midway through this whole thing. Sakurai, basically says we still have more to show you. So that definitely more so is gonna lead into, and I think that's where they'll reveal story mode, everything. But hey, I got something.
There's got to be more characters.
Yeah. So we always did top 5.
Yeah.
And maybe not do top 5, but we're both excited for Squad Strike.
Yeah.
So I thought, why
pick your
not
5 characters?
Pick your 5 characters. Exactly. So if you were to do a Squad Strike right now...
Well, you name yours, and I'm going to figure mine out real quick here.
Okay. For me, if I just want to go based off the character excitement, I definitely would do King K. Rool. On a gameplay perspective, real quick, he's mid-range. He'd be my heavy hitter guy. If it just so happens you can switch between the characters, at any point during, I would definitely pick Peach. Someone who, again, when they hit their final smash, put you asleep, you're unable to switch your character, and then I heard him switch my character, and then I grab food and I heal whoever I need to heal.
Yeah.
Based off of characters that I have experience with the most, I would probably go with either Falco or a Fox, just for my fast person, especially Fox. So I'd have my fast guy. Lucario, maybe being that consequential, you damage me more, the more powerful I become. And then just, again, based off of hype, I think also because of long range to mid-range battle, I would try out Simon or Richter Belmont. So that would be my 5.
I think Richter, his aesthetic, his character design, for some reason I gravitate towards it more.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about like which one I really want to try.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking Richter, but this is based off of people that I have played. I'd probably pick Zero Suit Samus because people always say that she's overpowered too.
Yep.
But I'm just good with it, so I mean, I don't know. Judge me, I don't care. Another one that I play, and it's kind of one of those sleeper ones, like nobody really picks. Sheik.
Yep. Very fast.
The up and B where you teleport or whatever, you throw a smoke bomb and boom. That stuff's awesome. For some reason, I'm decent with Shulk. Naked Shulk in particular, because why not? But
less clothing.
Yeah, less clothing.
More aerodynamic.
That's right, yeah. Just out of pure nostalgia, I was never good with there was a time where I'd play Smash and like I just couldn't grasp the concept, so like I just was terrible. But Snake, I play the crap out of Snake on Brawl. So out of hype for him, I want to play with him. I don't know why I don't necessarily win with Jigglypuff, but I always use Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
There's something I get enjoyment out of making people go to sleep, and then you go right beside him and do that down B, where I don't even know what it does. It just sends you off.
Yep.
And so right now, that off the top of my head, that's who I'd pick if we were making a game mode right now.
Yeah.
Or a game.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot, and I can't imagine how much more information we are going to get in the time to come, leading up to December 7th.
And that's why I said at the beginning, like, I was like, what more can they tell us? What more can they show us? Why do we need a full direct, specifically talking about Smash?
Yep.
And it makes total sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, if it, there's people out there that did not enjoy this. You're just not a Smash fan, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, this game isn't for everybody. We always have an ongoing fun, but our ongoing argument with our good friend Mike Manaki, who's been on the podcast.
Claiming it's not a fighting
he's like, it's not a fighting game. I'm like, but you fight. That's what you do.
Yep.
Like, I understand that it's not a fighting game in the sense of a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken,
Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I understand it's not that, but it is still a fighting game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hey, we can't wait for the next one.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully, we have me, you, and Shill all here on the same show, because I can't imagine how much information he may have attained or he has seen. Yeah. And I mean, I talked to him for a little bit, but maybe he's seeing things that we didn't necessarily.
I mean, I'm so glad you found that silhouette. I did not catch that.
Yeah.
At all.
It's crazy.
Didn't see it at all.
Yep. But Mike Bundy, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Mike Bundy 316, on Instagram at Mike Bundy 316. And that's all right now because I don't use my YouTube.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Daximunder. That's DAXIMUNDER. Looking to be more active on Twitter, especially, with us leading, especially into the holiday season. And, of course, just wanting to interact with you guys, which is why you can go over to the Geek Tavern Twitter at Geek Tavern. Interact with us there. Let us know when it comes to your strike squad, who are your 3 guys you're going to pick? Who's going to be your 5 guys you're going to pick? Who is going to be on your squad and why? We can't wait to hear from all you out there. You can also go over to our Geek Tavern Discord, interact with us in the community there as well. And again, everybody, we just want to thank you, all the supporters, all the listeners out there, whether you're at home or whether you're going to work and you're listening to this podcast. So for those of you out there in all the communities, say no to drugs. For those of you who are in the Smash community specifically, say no to Bayonetta. And for those of you here in the Geek Tavern, go press start and keep on gaming.